What orthodontists don't tell you.
I'll tell you what orthodontists don't tell you is that that little disc has literally changed the course of orthodontics forever. So let's rewind 10 to 20 years ago and say your parents got their braces. They show up, they got a little bit of crowding of their teeth. Completely normal. But you know what? Teeth aren't like ghosts. They can't just phase through each other. They gotta go somewhere. So when we straightened them out, they went and flared way out. And the way orthodontists got around this was pulling 4 teeth. We would pull 4 teeth, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then we would pull everything back, getting those teeth back into a normal position to solve your crowding issues. But then dentists got really mad that we were pulling a lot of teeth because we only probably used 10% of those extraction spaces to fix the crowding. And then the other 80 to 90%, we had to pull everything back, causing your lips and everything to go back, making you look a lot older and also causing some airway issues. Because now that everything was far back, you couldn't breathe, your tongue couldn't stick out as far, and it could cause a lot of issues if you didn't have a severe amount of crowding to deal with those 4 extractions. So what did orthodontists do? Well, they said, okay, fine, you want it that way, it is what it is, we won't pull teeth anymore. And then those crowded teeth went shoo, and they left them flared, because what else were you gonna do? And that had a whole nother slew of problems, because if you flare things out too much, they actually go outside the bone, and then you get gum resorption, and those gums will drop over time, causing, gum problems. That led to people having gum grafts and everything else. So then we were between a hard place. Do you want to have gum issues, or do you want to have 4 teeth out? And then somebody out of nowhere was like, why don't we just polish off just the amount that we need, and then we don't have to do any of this? And that's when interproximal reduction was born. They created strips and the little burrs and everything else, and basically the purpose of this is now we can go in and we can polish just the amount to get rid of the flaring. So we create these little gaps, and then we can close it back. We can do it again and close it back. We knew that a couple times because it only takes off away about 0.2 of a millimeter, which is the thickness of a sheet of paper, which is really, really tiny. Other cool parts is it doesn't hurt, it doesn't cause any increased sensitivity. We literally do it all the time instead of taking 4 teeth out now. Another really cool thing is that it can get rid of black triangles. You see, everybody's teeth are triangular, and those triangles butt up against each other, causing these little edges. And the gum tissue normally fills the triangular space in between. Now the problem is if you don't floss, or you don't brush properly, or maybe you had a lot of crowding, so it was tough, when we straighten things out, that triangular space no longer has gum tissue in it. And all you have is a little black space, or a black triangle. And so now with this IPR, we can go through and we can polish the little corners off, making it more straight like this, and then we can close up that space and get rid of all those black triangles. So be ecstatic that you can get this done, because that means you didn't need 4 teeth taken out, and if you had these little gaps like he had between his front teeth and stuff, we can now get rid of those too. Honestly, I just feel bad for all your parents because they had it way, way worse.